We are live, episode 2 of our Bleepin City. Um, First announcement is since we've been having to do crazy changes with schedule,
Yep.
it's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Yep.
We are going to be moving the show to 7:30 every week.
Yes.
7:30
sharp.
Sharp, yes. So thank you everyone for joining us today. What is it? Oh, I know what happened. I have it on that's why we had that go. Okay. So, all right.
Hey,
yes.
Harry, our resident super fan.
So glad you could join the show today. Thank you for bearing with the delay in the time, but we are live, as we were saying. We're going to be trying to do the show 7:30 every week.
Yes. Harry's gonna love your shirt. You got to show him what you're representing.
It's Derek White, All-Star.
And on the back it says he's an all-star.
Yes. Which hopefully it will be some foreshadowing of what's to come.
Announcements are tomorrow.
Yes, that is absolutely true. What was I gonna say?
So 7:30 sharp moving forward.
Yes.
Every Wednesday.
So the All-Star announcements come out tomorrow?
Yes. So I feel like, okay, so let's start there for a second.
Yeah.
I feel like JB is like a given.
He should absolutely be.
And then
we know JT's a starter.
JT's already in. He's a starter.
Yes.
But I feel like JB is a given.
Mm.
I mean, you'd have to I would want to inspect the brains of anybody that argued that he didn't deserve to be an all-star.
Yeah, I never really even considered
that he wouldn't make it.
That he wouldn't be.
Exactly.
So the fact, yeah.
Exactly. So that's one. And then
what about Porzingis?
Well, so here's the thing. So we've got 3, cuspers basically, right? So we've got KP, we've got DW, and we've got Drew.
Yeah.
All of them are Celtics all-stars. None of our team, our season, our success would not look like it does without these guys.
Yes.
So 100% they're our all-stars. But if you could only pick one of those 3.
Derek White. I mean,
I think
we've seen what, just how
it's hard to pick him over KP.
Yes. I mean,
it's really hard.
Here's the thing. The last 2 games that Porzingis was out.
Oh, it's a huge.
The Celtics, it looked like last year's team.
Right. So, but when DW was out, they struggle too. So
that is true.
That argument works either way. I think the number one thing that works against Eric, his position. It's significantly more competitive.
That's a great point.
Yes. I think that the 100%, I don't think it's going to come down to his skill or his deservingness.
Right.
I think that the fact that KP as a center, just there aren't as many deserving centers.
Right.
I think that that's going to be the one thing that if the people, because I'm not 100% sure if it's the coaches, is it the coaches that make the final call or is it it's not the captains,
there's the
right?
Fan vote, and then there's
a player vote, and then there's the coaches. So the coaches get the final vote.
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
Okay, so that's something we'll have to look up. But with that, if it's a coaching decision and there's a coach who's like, well, I don't want to pick 4 people from one team.
Yeah. And that's one of the arguments that I heard.
But if they deserve it, they deserve it. I personally don't care. I mean, let's not lie. If it was 4 Heat players, I'd be pissed. But the Celtics legitimately deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 3. Wait. Okay. So Denver has 2 that are definitely deserving. Does Minnesota have 3? So they've got
Towns and Anthony.
Yeah. Is there a 3rd?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I feel like Minnesota might be a team.
Gobert?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't actually know what his statistics are this season.
So the thing that is tough with basketball is that baseball, you got such big rosters.
Yes.
You can have more players.
Yes. But then they play a hot
basketball,
second.
Yeah. Basketball, there's so many fewer spots. I mean, I think we have 4 guys that are.
I mean, I think Drew deserves it.
Yeah.
But I think that if it's already a question about Derek, statistically his numbers, like, you can't discount what Drew's done, but statistically, Derek's numbers I think stand out more.
Yeah.
But I think it would be silly for a coach to be like, well, I don't want 4 from one team, but like at the same time, if they deserve it, great. But also, not for nothing, as much as I think KP deserves it, he's been struggling with an ankle sprain.
Yeah.
I want him to rest.
I would be. Yeah,
I am fine with him not playing or making the team and saying, I'm not playing, withdrawing due to injury and all of that. Like, that would be okay with me. So,
one thing KP also said yesterday after the game is, he's like, the ankle's still a little sore.
Yes, he said that. He's like, every time I put on a suit.
Yeah. So.
I was like, wait, is he saying that it's sore because he's not playing and it's getting like stiff?
So the thing with that, if it's a little sore,
oh yeah,
I don't even necessarily.
I didn't want him to play yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
I was already totally fine with him resting until tomorrow. I was completely content with him sitting until the Lakers game to give him that extra rest.
I was actually pretty shocked to see him.
I was too.
Yesterday. I was too. I was not.
He had to have been fine. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to rush him.
I mean, regular season game, if a guy's out there, he's, it's the team feels he's not at risk of injury.
So
playoffs is a different story.
Did you see the Embiid problem?
The MVP problem?
Yes.
I did.
So
why do you explain it though?
Okay, so there is a rule in the NBA that you have to play at least 65 games in the regular season to qualify for different awards at the end of the season. So that includes making the All-NBA teams, it includes being MVP, it includes all that stuff. So Embiid's bitching and moaning about this and said, I don't think that should be a rule.
Oh, he was complaining about
you didn't
I did not
see
see that.
Oh no, he doesn't. So he's mad. And he's saying, I don't think that should be a thing. And actually the first person I saw, I'm sure there have been plenty of opinions and commentary about this, but the first person that I saw say something was Antoine Walker.
Really?
Yeah. And he said, yes, it should.
Okay. I like that.
Because here's the thing. So these are for season-long awards.
Yeah.
This isn't for a player of the month. This isn't for coach of the month. This isn't for even for the All-Star game, like, midway point of the season. This is for at the end of the year saying you are deserving of the all-defensive team, the all-NBA team, the MVP, whatever. Why would you give it to someone that played 40 games in the season? How is that fair? How can you be the most valuable player if you play half the season?
If only one person can win that award, you have to do everything. You have to play a lot of games. I mean, MVP, you have to affect the team over a long stretch of time. You can't just be great on a short sample. So
exactly.
I think that's fair.
Exactly. And for all those other ones too. So like, why would you dismiss someone who played 73 games in the season and say you're not making all NBA 1, you're going to make the second team because someone that played 50 games deserves to be
here's what I don't like about what Embiid was complaining about anyway, which I feel the Celtics would never do. Like MVP, players that
the Celtics don't care about those
really
awards.
Like I want players that don't care about the MVP if it comes like Tom Brady.
Right, if he gets it, he gets it.
Great, but the fact that that's on his mind, that he's bothered by that.
Well, he's bothered because he only can miss like 5 more games this season or something.
Just
it's
a
very
fact
small
that's
number.
even on his mind.
Yep.
Like if I'm a fan of a team, yes, of course I want players to win MVP, but I want to see the players worrying about the championship, not caring about the MVP.
Right.
If he's so worried about the MVP,
right, then he's not focused on the big picture.
Putting himself out there, putting himself at risk.
Yeah.
And in the end, that hurts the team if you're going to not be 100% for the playoffs. So.
100%. And the other thing is, like, he's whining about it because he can't miss that many more games, and there's still like half of the season to go.
Yeah.
And that just shows how many games he's just sat. And as far as I mean,
I didn't even realize.
I think he was injured at one point. Like I think there was like a legit like small injury.
Yeah.
But I think most of these are just like,
yeah,
you know. So like
he does have a case of the flops.
You have a doctor's note for that?
Yes.
But like, so if someone said to KP, and actually someone asked KP, like within the last month about the All-Star vote, and he responded talking about what you're saying, which is, I care about the big picture. If that happens, that's nice, but like, I'm focused on like the end result. I want banner 18. And
that's, I mean, KP, everything he's said
it's been
since he's been here
100%
has just been so like
perfect.
You don't see these things about players when they're in other cities.
Yep.
But since I've gotten to know him here in Boston, I mean, of course I love everything about him on the court.
Yep.
But when
as a person.
But yes, but as a person, and like his fan engagement and the fact that like he appreciates
playing here,
the atmosphere here. What did he say about the Garden fans?
Oh, it was him, and it was either him and Brizzy or him and Kada. I forget who the two were. That were like, is it always like this here?
Yeah.
And that was, you know, some random like, you know, Detroit game or something. Like it wasn't, you know.
Right. That was the Detroit game.
I don't know which game it was.
I bet it was because that game they came back.
Maybe
big points.
But like also, like I'm fine with KP resting when he needs to, so that he's healthy later.
Absolutely.
And KP is not going to be like, no, I have to get the MVP.
Right.
Excuse me. So tomorrow.
Do we need a doctor's note for you?
I got a case of the flops. So tomorrow.
I just noticed you're wearing a chain. I like that.
Yeah, because
2 guns and 2 chains.
Well, because I came straight from work and I can't wear Celtics gear at work.
That.
So
I like that.
I'm representing the Patriots, one of the teams that is not angering me at the moment. You're representing the Celtics.
Yes, I am.
Who also not angering us.
No, not at all. You know it's pretty cool right now.
I couldn't grab the Bruins. That's the Bruins aren't angering us either.
Well, I was just gonna get to that. Is that we have the Celtics and the Bruins are the top teams in each league, which is, I mean, pretty awesome right now.
Very fun. And
we're not going to talk about the other half with the Patriots and the Red Sox.
No, the Patriots
the bottom teams.
Hold on, but the Patriots aren't angering me right now. The Patriots,
they're not.
The Patriots right now, like they're actively engaged in making their team better.
They had some failures, but they're doing something about it.
Exactly, they're making efforts. The Red Sox can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
That being said, we got to get that off our chest.
Well, hold on.
Well, we can get to that though.
Yeah, we'll go back there. Because with the Celtics, I think there's 2 very big games coming up, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow.
Where are they playing tomorrow? I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, are you serious right now? So tomorrow, LA's in town. LeBron is gonna be here crying. No matter what, he's good. Whether it's a close game, a blowout, overtime, whatever, he's going to be crying because he's going to whine about something. No matter what it is.
Well,
the fans were too loud, the refs were unfair.
The best clip of him was the one of him last year.
Oh, when he was down on the floor, like you know, like 100%.
Do that again.
It's like on the floor, like banging his hands. They bring the camera over, like the whole. It's so dramatic. So I mean, he is going to be crying. We know this. So I mean, it'll be fun. I'm having a little bit of FOMO because we sold our tickets like way back, and because it's just. I mean, not knocking anybody that's going to the game tomorrow, but like it's stupid money to go to that game.
Yeah.
You know, so we sold our tickets a while back. But I am having a little FOMO. You know, so we had so much fun on Monday. Like, how can I not want to be there?
Oh, we should talk about that atmosphere.
We will in a minute. You should tell your story.
Oh yeah. If for those of you who aren't following me on Twitter, Mikey Two Guns, same handle as it is here on YouTube. We were going to the game and you said we got front row.
Right. We moved up. We moved our season tickets up a few rows.
And so I get to my seat.
Mm-hmm. So front row balcony, which is a great,
perfect.
Yeah.
The one seat, I look at my seat. It's and on the balcony they have little panes of glass, I guess, so people don't spill their beers or fall over. Or
I was gonna say, so people don't jump over. I don't think they care.
Well, they still could.
I don't actually think they care if you spill your beer.
They still could jump, but
I don't think they care about the beer.
So I get to my seat, and what's in front of me is this big pane of shattered glass, and this big
massive
of a red X.
Yep.
And I sit there and I'm like really? Like I get front row, and I'm the one lucky one in the whole arena to have this in front of me. Someone joked it looks like the red X from Family Feud when you get the answer wrong.
Yeah.
You know, survey says
yeah.
So but the cool story about that was I did send out that tweet, and I was like, hey, TD Garden, like you know, how about an upgrade?
Right. Well, you're like, we're, you know, like, this is my, like, I'm front row. This is my view.
Yeah. So we got upgraded to a better seat, which is nice.
Well, the funniest part about the whole thing. So for anybody that is part of Celtics Twitter, if you don't know this already, not every game, but most games, there's a halftime meetup of Twitter Celtics fans in Loge 18. So
for people like you that are organized.
Well, Green Runs Deep and Bree are like the two that usually organize it. Yeah. So they're, you know, they're the ones that'll post it and all of that. But yes, I do see when it's happening and everything. So we go down to, you know, meet everybody and all that. And, you know, Bree and I have known each other for a while. And, you know, so I went over, we were talking to her. And, you know, Mikey shared his story and she was like, well, you need to get an upgrade. Yeah. Like you need to go do that. Yeah. So, and
it was funny though. We got to see, you never said anything. You were going to be content with just.
I didn't realize how it was impacting your view, to be totally honest. I was like, oh, we're, you know, like you'll look over it. Like I just like wasn't, and I was so, and I had also just gotten that text about like, we needed to check in. Like it was just, my brain was all over the place, but regardless.
You're just going to let me sit there and
No, I didn't realize you were suffering. I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, I mean, I could,
I got you aisle seats,
had I had to deal with it, I would have been fine.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah.
But so Bree was like, oh, you got upgrade, like whatever. So, you know, TD Garden, like, and I'm not at all surprised that they were so attentive and appropriate in terms of responding and everything. So, you know, we walked. So we walked in and, you know, they actually gave us printed out tickets. Like, I can't tell you the last time I had like a printed ticket. Yeah. And, you know, we went down to the loge and a different section than we usually sit in when we're in the loge, but we're walking to the seats. And then all of a sudden, right behind us, I hear Bree. Yeah. And I was like, oh, there you are. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah. Anyways.
So
getting back to the game though.
Yes.
The crowd, I mean, that was our second game in a row that we were kind of struggling.
Third home game in a row.
The atmosphere there was, I mean, we were losing to the Pelicans by, I think, 15 or it was a significant amount. But the Garden crowd carried that team to that.
Oh my goodness! And we were. It was like one of the like we had been up a lot, then we were down, and it was just. And you're watching them, and you're like, "Is this really happening in front of us?" Yeah. And at halftime, we were down what, like 8, maybe at half,
something like that.
And Bree gave a speech. We all put our hands in. I think the players heard us.
Oh, did she give a speech?
You were like right there and part of it.
All right. I was worried.
You went through the motions, but you didn't know what you were doing. I was worried
about the seat. Anyways,
but yeah, I mean the place, playoff vibes, and I love it. Like regular season Monday night game, sold out to the max, and playoff vibes.
Yeah, I mean that's the hashtag on Twitter is different here, and that is what
it is.
I mean, we watched some games, and I'll ask you sometimes.
Are there fans there?
No, I'll say like, is it me or does the crowd seem dead?
Yeah, and it's always.
It does. It seems in I mean, not all arenas. There's
of course not.
Dedicated fans in select cities, but
of course.
A lot of the arenas that we watch on TV, even with teams that are great, it just sounds like a library compared to the Garden.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
It's big shout out to all the Celtics Nation.
Absolutely. So it was kind of funny because someone posted before the game the Zion statistic that he was 3-0 against the Celtics.
What, really?
Yes, which I thought was really funny because I said, well, how many games has he missed?
That's true.
So So 3-0 and 17.
Yeah.
So they interviewed him after the game and asked him about playing there, and he was talking about like the vibes there and just what it felt like to play there with
Yeah.
all the history and just the energy and all of that. And he was like raving about it.
Who said that?
Zion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He loved being there, and I thought it was funny because now he's 3-1 and 17.
You know what's so great about that though is that not just the Celtics, but players from around the league take notice of those things.
Oh yeah.
It's like
for sure.
And when trades, free agency come up,
oh yeah,
players
they pay attention.
And it really
Mhm.
it has an impact
Absolutely.
on players. Players want to play
Absolutely.
in cities, in front of fans like this. They
Mhm.
care.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, huge shout out to Celtic Nation.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we're not even being biased when we say that. We are the best
We
fans.
are the best. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What you were gonna say?
No, I just it's interesting that you say that though, because Brogdon, did you hear his comments today?
No.
Oh, he basically said it's nice to play in a place where he feels wanted.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm. And listen. I think that I'm not going to rag on
management.
Well, and I'm not going to rag on him. The way that things ended for him here were kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I don't think he felt underappreciated
by fans.
No. During the season, I think it was the way that the off season, played out that led him.
I don't have a problem with him saying that.
No, and he wasn't like shitting on Celtics Nation or anything, but it is funny that you say that on a day that like he happened to come out with that.
I think he's probably blindsided and kind of hurt.
Absolutely. I mean, so is Marcus.
Yeah. Rob Williams too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I don't know if Rob and Brogdon had the same conversations that Marcus had where he straight up said, like, am I being traded? And they said no.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
But so I mean, Marcus out of the three of them, they all have a right to feel the way they feel, 100%. But of the three of them, Marcus, like, really, really can feel it. I mean, he played his whole career here. And 9 seasons, gave his heart and soul, loved the city, like bled green unlike anybody. I mean, he is the epitome of Boston.
He was like the next generation Garnett.
Oh,
like
for sure.
The passion, the
for
the
sure.
grit, the toughness,
the love and trust, like
defense.
Oh my goodness. Like, I mean, I'm not over this.
Yeah.
And
One
so
defensive player of the year.
I know, and deserved it, more than once deserved it.
Yeah. So speaking of Marcus,
yes,
he's returning in.
I am so excited. I cannot wait.
How are you feeling?
I cannot wait.
Yeah. Are you need to bring some tissues to you?
Maybe. I am already mentally preparing the posters.
Yeah.
I am so excited to see him. I cannot wait to hear the response that the crowd gives him.
Have you ever had any personal encounters with him?
I have. So you and I both, we've met him a couple times. First time was like way back. It was actually right after his mom died. And we met him at a signing, and he was a little reserved, and but he was also going through some stuff. I totally get that. But super nice. Like, he was really nice.
Talk about the
second time. Oh man. So Marcus, we know he made Love and Trust famous. Yeah. So you and I like to bring, signs to the game, and we like to shout out different players and represent different players depending on the day. Yeah. And we've done signs for, pretty much anybody. Yeah. I mean, our Abby signs have made, national television.
So that's that sign you made.
Hold on. So I let me tell my story. Okay, do you want to tell the story? Okay, so then shush.
That's right.
So that day, I just happened to have made a Love and Trust sign. And we had what's called post-game parquet. So season ticket holders get like different perks throughout the season, depending on what you ask for and like what your rep sets you up with and stuff like that. But that's an opportunity to go down on the floor after the game and shoot around, like, on the garden floor. And they prep you beforehand. Players won't be around. You're not going to see anybody. whatever. And we weren't doing it thinking, oh, we're gonna go hang out with the team.
Yeah.
So we are standing around waiting for everything to start, and Marcus comes back out. And and all of a sudden, we look at it's like, oh, there's Marcus Smart, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and I'm holding my sign, like just like holding,
Well, I think he kind of said like, oh, and I'm not really talking to
he did not to me.
Okay.
There was a guy who was like hovering around him and was like, like, will you take a picture? Like whatever.
That ruined it.
Yeah. It was some guy was like very, very, very clearly trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
We were off, to the side. But I was holding my sign because it was after the game. I had my sign, whatever. And he saw the sign.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me and he motioned us over.
Yeah.
And took a picture with us.
I was shocked because I remember that game. I didn't even want to bother him.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna say a word.
Next thing I know, you're like,
he motioned us over. Yeah. He's like,
I think it was because of that sign.
Oh, it was 100% because of the sign. It was absolutely. I wasn't saying anything to him. I wasn't, I wasn't trying to get his attention.
I made a nice sign, didn't I?
Which sign was that day?
The love and trust.
I made that, you goober. Wait, hold on. You have made one sign in all the years. Do you remember which sign you made?
No.
Really?
Was it the one that they get all signed?
Yes. Do you remember what sign that is?
It was Scal and Amina.
And
Perk that I wrote in at the last minute.
And Eddie. Eddie didn't sign. Yeah. That's right. So, yes. So you made the one sign that Two Guns over here has ever made was for, and listen, we love our post-game guys, but he made a sign for Scal and Amina and Eddie, and Perk was there that day and he wasn't prepared for Perk. So he wrote him in, and they saw the sign.
They do the live show in the garden.
Yeah.
So we were standing in the back of the pregame.
Yeah. And so they signed it. But it was just funny because, that's the one you've made. I've made all the others. Very good. But our signs have gotten us some, different, yes, exactly. And some recognition from players and family and stuff like that.
So note to fans, if you want to get on TV, Jumbotron, bring a sign.
No, bring one of my signs.
Okay. You should start a little business there.
Yeah, that kind of time. So Sunday is going to be a blast.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the tribute video. I'm sad that Marcus isn't playing.
Yeah, what's going on?
He still has finger.
It's a finger?
He like jammed his finger, sprained his finger or something. But you know what I will
Which
say?
Finger?
I'll finger one of his 10. I'm guessing like a finger on his like shooting, like the dominant shooting hand.
So, I thought you may would hold it.
No. I don't think it's that finger, but I don't even know. No, but like no joke though.
Yeah.
So Drew, when they went back to Milwaukee, they did a tribute for Drew.
Yeah.
And they asked him about it after the game.
Yeah.
And do you remember what he said?
It was nice.
He said he was focused on the game.
Okay.
So he was only half paying attention.
Yeah.
Because that was also not the best game. That was the day we got like massively blown out. Yeah. So, but he acknowledged that it had happened and that he was appreciative of it. But he also basically said, like I couldn't focus on it. I was focused on the game. Yeah. So I'm obviously bummed that Marcus isn't playing. It would have been a blast to see him give it his all in the garden and everything. But I love the fact that he'll actually get to soak it in.
Yeah.
By being on the bench and just supporting the team, he gets to actually appreciate the response and focus on everything.
You gotta feel for him a little bit, just because Memphis has just been so snake bit this year.
Oh my goodness, Jaws out the whole season.
Well, he had the suspension. And then he played for just a hot minute. And then injured. Now he's
out for the season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it was like a mystery injury. Like I feel like he wasn't like injured during a game. He just like
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, he's having surgery." Sorry, I just didn't see the video. But anyway, so yeah, I feel what that's not even
do you think he's happy in Memphis?
No.
Yeah.
But like here's the thing. That's actually not why I feel for Marcus. I feel for Marcus because
he's not part of this team.
Right. How much does it suck? Because even if Memphis was first in the West, I don't think that it would make it like a little, like maybe it would soften it a little bit, but like I just think it would. I think it's hard to see the fact that your team, and like I don't know if you've seen, but there are a lot of people doing like side by side statistics from this season to last season.
Yeah.
We're like one game different. Like
Really?
it's not this drastic distinction. I think the difference is in things like we're winning close games where like we're falling apart and recovering. Like those things are all like genuinely different.
Yeah.
But record wise, we're like almost on par.
Yeah.
So it's
I
got
didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we're like one game better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's got to be hard, you know, to see that and to see these guys, you know, loving life.
Oh yeah, and he didn't choose to leave. He didn't choose where he was sent. Like,
no, I mean,
you
I
know,
feel like there's the potential with a healthy Memphis team for him to really embrace like a leadership, like mentorship role. He's already doing all the community service stuff that he was doing.
Is he really? He's
Oh
doing
yeah.
it? Really?
Oh yeah.
How do you know?
Because I follow all those things.
Wow.
I followed them here, so they automatically carry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so he's got like a charity
like a bowling thing?
No. Well, yes, he does, but no, he's got like a charity fundraiser going for the game on Sunday, where you can win tickets to the game, a signed Marcus jersey, and a signed ball. And all the proceeds go, you know, to Memphis. But it is weird to see like you win a signed Memphis jersey. It specifically says that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and I, you know, I imagine, I obviously could be wrong, but I imagine depending on the road trip, like the schedule of their road trip, and if Marcus is fully traveling with the team the whole time, I imagine that if he's able, he'll stop by, you know, his local, you know, charities here and do some, you know, even just small, you know, quick events, things like that. So, I don't doubt that. So yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait. We're actually going, to the game with, so one of my college friends, she's got twin girls who are 8. You have not seen them since they were like 3.
Oh yeah.
And
I still think of them as babies.
Yeah. When I told you that they were 8, you didn't believe me. So her husband is bringing one of the girls who's a Celtics fan to the game with us. And she'll get to come down courtside for warm-ups with us. So it'll be fun.
First game.
Her first game.
There's nothing like being at your first game. That's something you remember your whole life.
Absolutely. And he's a massive Marcus fan. So he's psyched that like it worked out that he could come do this for that game. So it'll be so much fun. I can't wait.
That's cool.
And while we're there, we have some kind of significant guests that are going to be attending that game.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We this is this will be this is the France our friends from France, which I didn't realize, but the group is it's a quite large group.
Yes.
I think shout out to my buddy Jared Zero. Said I think it's like 20 people.
Yeah, Cedric said it's 20.
It is 20.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they arrived today. There's 20 Celtics fans all the way from France. They're going to their first game tomorrow. And they'll be at the Memphis game on Sunday. So those are the 2 games they're here for. So pretty cool that they're, you know, 20 fans all the way from France here to see the Celtics. So
speaking of that, did you see them, Jared?
No. It was a whole thing. Quincy Market ended up being closed, so they just went back to the hotel to get some food and whatever. But I got on the train to go into Boston, realized I left my wallet in my car.
Oh,
so I had to get off at the next stop and go back around.
Oh no.
And I found out, luckily, on time before I made it all the way in.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Our buddy
them
Jared's
Sunday.
in the house. We just got the update, so I guess the meetup today was canceled, but
they'll be
at the game on tomorrow
and
Sunday.
Yes. So I think that's enough about the Celtics. So we could talk
welcome
Celtics
to
all night.
Our French connection. That's in the house.
We could talk Celtics all night, but I think we have to get.
We got to give some love to the other teams,
and we have to get the Red Sox off our chest.
You want to do that first? Or you want to do the Bruins? Or the Pats?
Your call.
All right, we got to give the Bruins a little love.
Okay. Yeah, I know. We have. You know what's so funny?
We don't give the Bruins enough.
They're so slow and steady. Like they're so consistent that like it's like, well, what's there to talk about?
You almost take them for granted though. It's like they just keep winning.
Yep.
And
Doing their
we're
thing,
almost, it's
and-
almost like the Patriots dynasty days where
Mhm.
you just came to expect it, and it was
Yeah.
just like you didn't really appreciate it
Right.
until now. Like you have a year like this,
Right.
and it's gone.
Right.
You know, and there's no playoffs. There's no there's no fun
Right.
atmosphere. There's no
Mhm.
all the great achievements by players. Like
Right.
we kind of came to just expect that.
Right.
And now it's it's gone, and
Yeah.
you really miss it.
Yeah.
And the Bruins just keep winning.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that
Mhm.
they're best team in the league.
So my only Bruins gripe,
Yeah.
and it's not actually a Bruins gripe.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the damn schedules, I don't understand. So okay, so the Bruins and the Celtics share an arena.
Yeah.
With the idea that if the Bruins are home, then the Celtics are not playing a game that night at home.
Yeah.
So why is it that if the Bruins are home, the Celtics automatically have an away game the same night? Why? Why is every single game? It's like you have to pick and choose. And like, yes, I can split screen or I can have multiple screens or whatever, but I can't focus on one game and
Yeah.
appreciate what's
Yeah.
happening then. And
Yeah.
unlike you, I can't have the sound on everything
Yeah.
and hear what's being said and pay attention.
Yeah.
So I can only have the sound on one. And my love for the Celtics broadcasters. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have the Celtics broadcast on. So then I like forget that I'm watching the Bruins too. And then I'll look up and I'll be like, oh, they're winning 5-0. I
Yeah.
wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's driving me nuts.
see, I got the ADD brain. I can have
Yeah, you
my
can have it all
focus
going.
on 5 things at once, and you're in the corner there just going.
I'm losing my
your
mind.
so.
Well, because my ADD brain gets overstimulated by all of that
Yeah,
commotion.
yeah,
So
but
it's
the
too
Bruins,
much chaos.
you do see a lot of Celtics thing. Like Tatum got his 11,000
Yes.
points recently. One that's really under the radar is Marshawn.
Yeah.
He
just moved up in the
just was a Bork. I think he tied or passed
Mhm.
in career goals, which
Yep.
is, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
That's
Like,
insane.
Just where what he's done.
Yeah.
For now, it's over a decade.
right.
It's he came into the league and people were just thinking, oh, this guy's gonna just be an annoying
Mhm.
pest, an instigator.
Yeah.
So
He's
now where he
mellowed,
is now, he's
too.
matured into the captain,
Yeah.
who's now breaking records.
Yeah.
It's
It's very cool.
I mean, it's impressive.
It's very cool. And I don't know if you've been watching, but like with the I think this is more on social media than I don't know if they're doing it because we haven't actually been to a Bruins game yet this season.
Yeah.
But with the centennial year.
So if anyone wants to send in some tickets,
we're partial to the Loge,
yes,
by the glass.
not
Behind-
not broken glass,
Not the broken glass. No, but with the centennial season, they've been doing all these like different like numbers countdowns and like
Mhm.
things like that. And within the last week was the anniversary of the Chara slap shot, like the fastest.
winning the
Yeah.
break. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he posted something about it, and it was really cool. So there's definitely little Bruins things here and there, but they're about to break for the All-Star break too.
Yeah.
So that's coming up.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
See, that one's kind of flown under the radar because with the Celtics All-Star game, kind of
Well, because-
really how all the
because-
focus is there.
Because
who are the Bruins All-Stars? Do you even know?
Swayman is an all-star.
Is he really?
I don't know if he's the only one.
Really?
But I saw like when they announced it and everything. It was
No, Pasternak.
I'm not sure. All I know.
Really?
I mean, it's very possible that Pasta is, but
Yeah.
they did like a special, like Montgomery did like a special presentation in the locker room for Sway.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
I
cool.
mean, he's having
a great season.
great,
yeah. And of course that leads to all the stupid trade Ollie rumors and all that crap. And
How would you feel about that?
annoyed. We have the best tandem in the league. Why
Yeah.
would we mess it up?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have the same feeling about the Celtics. Like,
Well, the argument is why tie up that extra salary with Allmark when you could have Swayman full time,
mhm,
potentially wearing him out though in the regular season.
right.
But you could use that spot and that salary on that Allmark's making for another impact
Because
player.
Ollie's such a high paid player.
I mean,
Think about that for a
he's
second.
He's not.
Exactly.
He's in the middle.
He's
in the
not
middle.
even in the middle.
He's in the middle. I think he's like
I think he's like low in the middle.
like 6 maybe.
Million?
Yeah.
Over how many years? Because that's even high for the NHL. 6 is high.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying that. Because when they signed him, I remember when they signed him.
Oh, I mean, I know. Listen,
people were actually like,
you know your numbers,
Yeah.
so I'm not arguing with you because chances are you're right.
Yeah.
But that seems high.
I mean, I could tell you right now.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, so Bruins, I have no complaints. I'm very happy. We'll get to a game in the near future.
Yeah.
Patriots,
Yes.
I know I have no complaints. For where they're at. I do wonder what's going to happen with Mac. I think that's an interesting kind of question mark.
Well, no, I heard they didn't. Is it true?
It's just a rumor right now.
They
Nothing's
didn't pick up his
official.
option? Oh, I thought that was official. Okay.
That's what they're saying is going to happen,
Yeah.
but nothing's official.
I mean, all the indications though, they're going to take a QB in the draft.
I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about Harrison.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
All over the news. Okay. It's like split, like depending on who you listen to.
Yeah.
They're either saying take Marvin Harrison or they're saying take a QB. And I mean, that's obviously we're going to do one of those two things. But I feel strongly that of those options, the only QB who is not even guaranteed, I'm not going to use that word, but the most likely NFL successful quarterback is Caleb Williams.
Do you think he's going to be the most successful?
I think he's got the talent.
Yeah.
I think he's got the natural talent. Now, a lot's going to depend. Yeah. Coaching, attitude, effort, team, all of that, all of it's going to be factors. Obviously, injuries and all that. So
I don't
all
pretend
of that,
to be an expert, but from things I've seen, I'm not convinced on Caleb Williams.
I'm talking about natural talent.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like what he's done.
What about Jaden Williams?
Hold on. So Jaden Daniels.
That's it. I did that the other day too. Grady Williams.
Oh yeah. And then Jimmy Williams died, and then like a day ago.
The former coach.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think that out of the likely top 4 picks, the most likely guaranteed NFL success is Marvin Harrison Jr. And so if I have the chance to draft,
we got someone that agrees with you over there.
I mean, again, like I said, half of the experts agree with me.
Yeah.
The other half don't. But if I have a chance to take, there's never a sure thing, but to take as close to a sure thing as possible when I'm trying to rebuild my team, I'm going to take the thing that is most likely going to give me the most bang for my buck immediately and not.
So if I'm reading, if I'm picking up what you're putting down here, you want them to take Harrison.
I mean, I think I'm making that pretty damn clear. Yeah. I want him to take. I want him to take
roll
Harrison.
with Mac or bring in someone like.
I want them to do a combo.
Gardner Minshew or one of the free
really
QB. I would just
say that or Baker Mayfield again, and I'll throw you through the glass that was shattered.
I have to defer. We got an audience member raising their hand.
Yes, Jared.
And the live audience.
Jared,
what would you like to say?
I agree with Steph. I want them to take Marvin Harrison so bad.
Yeah. Yep.
But my perfect scenario.
Yep.
Trade for Justin Fields. I don't care what it takes.
So that's actually not an unlikely scenario. That's actually a So I don't know if Jared can be heard, but
the mic may have picked it up, but we'll repeat it.
So this is not an unlikely potential opportunity. And you and I actually talked about this is the Justin Fields question mark.
Yeah.
So if we can get the right QB coach, the right offensive coordinator, and the right offense to support him.
Well,
Justin Fields, so I don't know if you remember this, but anybody that was paying attention to what I was saying.
Is this the draft?
For the draft, who did I want them to draft?
Fields. I wanted
them to draft Fields.
I was so bummed.
I liked Mac enough because of my friend Marie and her love of Bama. Like I knew how passionate she was.
Yeah.
and I was, fine with Mac. Like I wasn't disappointed, but I wanted Fields.
Right.
And so I think Fields and Mac are in similar situations right now.
Yeah.
They both would benefit from a fresh start.
Yeah.
And just like a redo, like a complete reset for them. And they need the right supports behind them. They need coaches that believe in them. They need coaches that are going to be patient with them and not freak the fuck out if they mess one thing up that costs them a game.
Well, and if any indication is, it does look like Chicago's going to give up on him.
I mean, Fields literally said goodbye to the city.
Did he really?
Yeah, at the end of the season when he did his like final press conference, he like literally said like, I thank the fans and like, oh yeah, like it was very clear that he was wrapping up.
I mean, it does. All indications seem like they're going to draft Caleb Williams.
Oh, the Bears. I was like, who's yes, 100%.
And move on for Fields.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is,
I mean, it all depends too though on the asking price. What are they going to ask for?
I don't think they can ask that much. I really, like, what about this scenario?
Yeah.
Mac for Fields. I mean,
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
like, why not?
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Because
they're not going to do that.
No, but here's the thing. Okay. So the Bears are like you said, most likely drafting Williams.
Yeah.
But it's going to take him time to adjust. Even if it's within the season, it's going to take him time to adjust.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I can say about Mac, without a doubt, that guy is the hardest working guy in the room. He works his ass off.
Really?
You know that. He was the first one there, the last one out. When all the shit's happening around him, he is still like going, like he's there now.
That sounds like Tom Brady.
He absolutely has that mentality.
Yeah.
So why not, when there's a little bit of a reputation with Caleb Williams and he's a bit of a diva, why not have that? Hold on. Why not have that like work ethic modeled for you and not tell Williams that he's guaranteed to start on day one? Yeah. Why not make it a competition for them and a friendly competition and let Mac have an opportunity to show him what it takes to put the work in, show him what he needs to do, and all of those things. I don't think it's actually that dumb a scenario for either team. Careful. You're not going to get the like veteran presence that you would get if you brought in, oh my God, what's his name? Kirk Cousins or someone like that. And I get that, like obviously there's a different level of seniority and veteranship and, you're sending the camera everywhere. So, the camera went out. Oh, it's better. It's back. But yeah, I mean, there's things to be said for all of them. I don't know what our resident IT Two Guns is doing over there, but and now you've got a view of his roommate's stuff. Your fingers, a nice little view there.
Beautiful live TV.
Yeah. Down a little. There you go. Here, it's good enough. So yeah, I mean, I would not hate that trade. Like, I could live with that. I think it would be good for both of them, for Mac and for Fields. I still think that the Patriots would need to bring in a veteran, like a Kirk Cousins or someone, to Kirk Cousins isn't going to settle for being.
Before that, big shout out to my boy Drewski, who's tuning in.
Oh, that's Drewski?
That's Drewski right there, DFW Sports Raps.
Oh, I'm used to it saying it's Drewski. Hey, Drewski.
Yeah. Big shout out to Drewski.
What's up?
Apologize for the technical difficulties there.
He did that for you.
When you get the pop-up on your screen, your computer's about to die. Please plug it in. We almost had a lights out situation.
Oh man.
So that's you know what though? That's the beauty of running your own show.
Yeah.
And being live on video.
Yeah.
And
you get to catch these moments forever.
Basically we were just creating content for a blooper reel.
I mean, we're gonna have a good blooper reel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know.
Big shout out to Drewski. If anyone does not follow his channel,
you've got it.
DFW Sports Rap is the bomb. I mean,
Drewski goes
things-
live all
all
the time
things
at
Dallas
all
sports.
his events.
The reason we're doing this like we do is Drewski.
Drewski, yeah.
Drewski, big reason.
Yeah,
I
know.
And not just that, he's got an NFL Blitz arcade machine in
I know that you're
his
jealous of.
room, and I need to get something like that. So
I mean, you've been hinting about this for months. I am
Yeah.
very well aware.
I mean, I don't know where
Listen,
I'm fitted. I don't
your
know.
birthday's not till June, so you shush. So yeah, but yeah, so I 100%, I'm all in on Harrison. I would be completely fine with Fields. I absolutely support that. I also would be okay. I mean, Kirk Cousins isn't my favorite quarterback, but like with a guy like him, like I would be okay signing him to like a 1 or 2 year contract.
Yeah.
I do not want Baker Mayfield. I do not want Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
But like those kinds of things. I do feel for
You,
Mac.
you don't want that Minshew magic.
It's not magic. I do think that, if the report
Appreciate that, Drew.
if the report that I heard about Mac is true,
Yeah.
It sounds like his biggest gripe with the Patriots was their lack of transparency.
Well,
And-
it's coaching. It was coaching.
No, it was lack of transparency. It
Mm.
was the fact that he was not hearing directly from them
Mm.
that they were going to bench him, that they were going to, make him an inactive player, that they
Yeah.
were going to actually, ride with Zappy, like
Well,
any of those things. Like,
3 OCs in 3 years.
oh yeah, absolutely. But I think that even that he recognized was like in some ways part of the game.
Yeah.
But just the secretiveness, and that's very much a Belichick thing.
Here's a great question. Do we want to? So
I think Drewski missed the beginning of that.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we should cover that. So drafting or signing a QB.
I
Or
want
tr- or-
Harrison.
Okay,
I want
okay,
Marvin Harrison.
Okay, so
I'm all
I
in on
wouldn't-
that
I wouldn't hate it.
path.
But here's the thing: Marvin Harrison will not be great unless he's got a great quarterback.
I understand that,
You
but
know,
he will
granted,
be
he will
be
elevate.
good. But here's the thing, he will be good
Mm.
no matter what.
Yeah.
And he will take a quarterback
Mm.
who is capable
Yeah.
and make them successful.
Yeah.
So as long as we have a quarterback who can pass accurately to a,
Yeah.
we're fine. We have to fix the O-line. I mean, if we don't fix the
Yeah.
O-line, none of this matters. But like,
Mm. How would you feel if they just said, you know what, we want to roll with Mac for the
are we drafting Harrison?
Yeah.
Are we bringing in some sort of veteran backup besides having Zappy as the alternative? It does not
Let's
have
say
to.
no. Let's say we want to.
So we're going Mac and Zappy,
Yeah, or Mac or some other rookie QB or something.
rookie QB.
Someone they draft.
Okay, so if it's like someone like Pathis or however you say his name, like who I like, he's very injury prone.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Michigan quarterback. Oh no, that's McCarthy. Sorry, he's the Washington
Oh,
quarterback.
you Penix.
Penix,
who
that's
is.
it. Yes, that. Like if we want someone like Penix or McCarthy, like someone who might go later,
Yeah.
and might need a little more time to develop,
Yeah.
I could live with it for
Yeah.
one season.
I mean, the question would be, the question too would be like, is he cooked mentally?
But that's what they have. You and I, like we've talked about this.
Yeah.
They have to bring in a sports psychologist if there isn't one there. No, I'm serious. Listen, this is what I do for a living.
You want to put your name in the hat?
No.
Really? You wouldn't want to work with the Patriots?
No. I love what I do.
Okay.
I love working with kids.
Get free tickets. All that
I
stuff.
love working with kids.
Wow.
I'll work with their
That's
kids.
dedication.
I'll work with
That's
their.
dedication.
If they want me to come in and work
if,
with their
if
children,
Josh McDaniels came in and
said that he wants me to work with their kids,
Yeah.
sure. But I'm not going to go give up what I do to work with the Patriots.
I like that. All right, here's
Wait. So you asked me a question.
Yeah.
So they need to actually assess his, like where his stability is.
Yeah.
And they need to bring in someone that believes in him. The one thing that was 100% different about Josh McDaniels and Patricia and O'Brien. I mean, Patricia wasn't even an offensive coordinator, whole other thing.
Yeah.
But like McDaniels believed in Mac.
Yeah.
And he showed him that.
Well,
he
the one
believed
year
in him.
he had McDaniels
He was great.
playoffs.
Yeah. But also, but think about what it does to a young guy
Yeah.
to have someone believe in you and to show you,
Yeah.
like not just yell at you because you messed something
Yeah.
up, but to show you how to fix it.
Well,
And-
I was talking about that about the Celtics on the Celtics cast last night.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, someone like
100%. You
Kata,
need
Yeah, players.
look at
players,
Caleb last night.
You for young
Yeah.
guys that
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of experience or a lot of
100%.
success. You got to show some confidence. You give 'em
100%. And you've got to
consistency.
give them consistency. If you don't give them consistency,
Mm.
then they're not going to play.
Yeah.
Look at Keita. He played 2 games in a row.
Mhm.
Look at how he played.
Well, that leads me in. So, and it's a great question from Drewski.
Mhm.
I mean, it's been for a lot of people most of their lifetime
Mhm.
knowing Bill Belichick
Oh, absolutely.
as the coach, and it's going to be changed this coming year with Mayo.
I'm excited. I'm
yeah,
excited. Fresh blood.
and, you know, I really am too.
Yeah.
And
I didn't realize how much I needed it
yeah,
until
It's
I've like
like-
started
right,
listening to what Mayo's
right.
been saying. I love Belichick. Like, listen,
yeah,
he is the greatest.
Yeah.
Like there is no question
yeah,
in his expertise,
For
his
sure.
knowledge, all of that.
for sure.
But I just think they were ready for a
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
They needed to shake it
Yeah.
up.
It's hard to change when you've had so much success for so long.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it,
They
Yeah.
almost needed it to like blow up in their face, which
yeah.
is what it did
well,
for them to
it didn't
force
just,
the
It just
change.
it started consistently
Yeah, it
going
blew,
downhill.
it blew up last year.
And but even then, even a lot of us were like, I don't know if we should do
Well,
it.
there were a lot of
lot-
things
lot
that
of
needed to
things
change, and I was
conflicting.
okay with Belichick staying if a lot of other
Yeah.
things changed. But there needed to be a lot of change.
But since Mayo has come in,
It's been a breath of
it's
fresh
refreshing.
air.
It's been
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
refreshing.
And I love hearing what his former teammates say about him and how positive they feel and how
Yeah.
confident they feel in his
Yeah.
ability to do
Yeah.
this. I think the Boston media sucks and they're going to eat Mayo alive. They already have been.
Really? I
yeah, remember-
little national media
What about the national media?
when he made the comment.
That was local. That wasn't national. That was all local.
Okay. I mean, they do suck. I mean,
They suck.
this right here, media type doesn't.
Right.
That's why we're doing what we
and the
do, but-
Celtics reporters are fantastic.
Yeah.
But listen, the local media, I mean, you put on like EEI or any of that, or you listen to Felger or like
Terrible.
any of these guys,
No.
they're already selling Mayo out. They're done.
Mhm.
He made one comment, they're
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
You can't use them as your bar for
Yeah.
if he's being successful or not.
I haven't either though.
No, I'm not saying you are.
Judging,
But what I'm saying is, I think my expectations for Mayo is that there's going to be some growing pains.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think that they're going to all of a sudden, go 12-5.
Yeah.
I think they're going to improve.
Yeah.
I think how they draft is going to be important.
Yeah.
I think the moves that they make are going to be important.
Yeah.
I think whoever they finally freaking bring in for an offensive coordinator is going to be
Yeah.
important. They're running out of time.
you know
They're
what?
running out of names.
Here's the thing. I don't know what to expect. I know it's going to be refreshing. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be different. Like Bill,
Right.
Bill was so consistently almost. I mean, he was consistent, but there's something almost boring
Yeah.
about like his style.
Yeah.
His attacks. Like
Yeah.
what's going to be exciting is just we don't know what's going to be like. But
Right.
we know it's going to be different.
Right. Well, we know Mayo's going to give us more. So we know that, like, I expect that Mayo is going to have a little bit of Missoula in his approach to the press. I think Mayo pays attention to everything. He's a younger guy. He's on social media. He's aware of what's being said. I don't think he's going to like let it affect him.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to hear it and mock it. As, Missoula, called himself a bird brain the other day.
Did he?
Oh yeah. Poking fun at Kendrick. So I think he's going to have kind of that sort of approach where he's going to basically give them an FU without giving them an FU. But I also think he's going to give us a little bit more of like, hey, like we didn't execute on this, like we need to improve these areas. Like, I don't think he's just going to be like, well, we lost. We're on to the next one.
Right.
So I think we're going to get a little bit of a better sense of that thing.
Did the Pats have we not? I know we just hired a defensive coordinator.
A defensive coordinator was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Special teams was today or yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
We have no offensive coordinator yet.
Yeah, you know what?
We are literally running out of names.
That they need to get on that.
Yeah, they've interviewed like 11 or 12 people.
Have they really?
Oh yeah. So
Wow.
I haven't figured out if they're doing their due diligence or if no one wants the job. And it could be both.
Yeah.
I think Mayo is aware
Yeah.
that this is a very important hire.
Yeah.
because Mayo himself is a defensive guy.
Mm.
So, and defensively, the team is strong.
Yeah.
So that's not their number one focus. And it's not their weakness.
Mm.
They need offensive
So
minds.
I heard a really interesting thing today with the announcement that Boston College lost their head coach to the Packers, defensive coordinator.
Halfway is going to Green Bay.
But what Halfley said, or what comments I've heard, is that a lot of college coaches now,
they have to fundraise. That's their job.
They're not enjoy. They don't
get to coach.
They're not enjoying that experience.
Right.
And a lot of college coaches want the
they want to coach
the atmosphere of the NFL,
right?
Where it's not just a sales guy or trying to raise fundraising money,
right?
So,
although I do wonder, is that a BC thing,
or
is that
possibly?
Because is that really what's happening at Bama? Is that really what's? I can't imagine
that he was having to compete with schools like that.
Right, but I also can't imagine that Saban was out himself fundraising and trying to recruit players. I think his reputation just did
absolutely was.
Yeah, but I think his reputation did it. I don't think he had to
that. There might be a lot of coaches now that are looking to get out and maybe would accept going from a coach to maybe an OC.
But I don't think that that's the move. I think we need to bring in someone who knows what they're doing.
So what about McDaniels?
That's not necessarily the move. Okay. I'm not sold on McDaniels.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not saying that it has to be an actual current offensive coordinator. Yeah. I'm saying it has to be someone that has experience. Yeah. I actually like the fact their special teams guy came from the Rams, maybe. Okay. But I like the fact. I think
you're right. Yeah.
I think that coming from different coaching structures, I think is important because. I have no problem with our defensive coordinator being a promotion from within, but I don't think we can have every single position be a promotion from within because then are we really changing?
Well, I like what you said. If they've interviewed 10 or 11 people there, they're not just going to hire someone to hire someone.
Right.
So that's
right. And they're not panicking. That's not their MO. Yeah. But Drewski, they still need an OC. Yeah. They literally have interviewed 11. I think today they might have even interviewed a 12.
Yeah.
And some of the top names that had been at the list have already signed elsewhere.
Really?
Yeah. I honestly don't ask me who, because I don't remember. But
the other encouraging thing though is that the Pats, it all depends what they do with it, but they have the most cap space out of
second most.
Second most?
Yep. Okay. There's also a team with negative cap space, which I think is really
really?
How the hell do you have negative cap space?
Well, the cap is so weird. You can,
but it's significantly
you can
negative.
Roll over the hit.
Oh, are they like the Dodgers? The Dodgers are going to be negative $7,000 million.
Well, with the deferred payments, that's a little different, which is a whole other issue that I would want to get off my chest another day. But now which team is
it's like the Jets or the Bills. It's but they're negative $40 million. It's not even a little bit. It's significant money.
It's one of the teams in our division.
Oh, it is.
I like
it's one of our teams, and I don't remember who it is. Okay. But it's significant. It's not just they're negative $5 million. It's $48 million or something.
Wow.
It's significant.
That's crazy. So the Pats have 66 million.
No, they have 70 something.
Okay.
So yeah, it's crazy. And there's a handful of players I'd like to see them resign, but I'd also like to see them look at the market and see who's out there.
Who are the free agents even
on our team?
No, out there this year.
Derrick Henry.
Oh, really?
Hold on, I just saw the list. T. Higgins. Okay. Mike Evans.
Oh.
Shaquan Barkley.
Okay. Okay, so those are a few.
Yeah. I mean, there's not no one.
Yeah. So this next thing, I agree, 100%.
Yes, Kraft, and he said he's ready to.
Has to spend.
I don't think that Kraft is. He's not the Red Sox ownership. He's not afraid to spend money when it's right.
Yeah.
He will spend the money if it's the right scenario.
Yeah.
More than anything, I mean, Kraft, yes, he's a businessman. Yes, he likes his own money, but he also hates losing.
Yeah.
Hates it.
Well, I mean,
No, like
we,
hates it.
and this is the thing we were talking about the Red Sox. You would think that the losing would motivate an owner
Oh, Kraft is
to start-
pissed.
to
Yeah.
start spending, which we believe Kraft
I-
will do. To
I
change.
do believe that Kraft
The-
is going to put the money where his mouth
Yes.
has been, and Mayo has already said it too.
Yeah.
I am ready to sell every single Red Sox owner
Yes.
to the freaking Sharks.
That brings me
I'm
to
done
the
with them.
Red Sox. To the Red Sox. Just the things
I'm
I need
so over
to get
it.
off my chest. I know.
Jared's like about to bust at the seams over there.
I know my buddy Jared, along with most of Red Sox Nation, is
We're fuming.
we've had it.
I'm done.
I mean,
I literally I said this to I said this to Mel,
Yeah.
My roommate, who by the way, huge Sox fan.
Mm.
Her literal screen name is Sox Addict.
Yeah.
Buy her shirts if you haven't.
I
They're
thought
awesome.
you just like socks, like wearing socks. I'm kidding.
You're so weird. So anyway, I literally hope that the Sox do not sell out a single game for the next like 2 or 3 years. I hope everybody just goes to Worcester to watch games there or something, because the only way that freaking John Henry is going to pull the freaking like head out of his ass is if he doesn't have revenue.
Yeah, this is
and the only way that he doesn't have revenue is if fans don't spend money. And the only way that fans don't spend money is if they don't go to the games. Because the problem is having a sold out game with no fans in attendance is still money in their pocket. And that's what was happening last year. Games were sold out. No one was showing up. And to them, we sold out the game. It doesn't matter.
Well, there's another layer to this too.
Oh, there's many layers.
Well, no, the Red Sox also own NESN. So
yes. The Red Sox also just bought ownership into the PGA tournament or something today. That's where they spent their money. They didn't bother returning Justin Turner's agent's phone call, but they decided to invest in golf.
We'll get to that in a second. But here is the problem with what's going on with the Red Sox now, is that you have a park like Fenway, which is so historic that it's selling out despite the product.
Right.
Just because fans, the Red Sox are such a big entity. Fans from around the world just want to go to Fenway just to be there, just for the experience. And it's creating
it's sending
it's almost making it so that ownership be like,
they don't
we can throw whatever product we want.
Exactly, because we're gonna get money no matter what.
We're gonna make money.
Exactly.
I don't know what the ratings are with NESN, but
I don't either. But
I would think if the ratings go down, that may affect it a little. But right now, the ownership it seems to only be motivated by
motivated
making
by
money. And it's really such a shame, because the amount of talent that we've let go over the past, just even 5 years.
The last 2 years.
It's like an all-star team.
Oh yeah,
like,
easy.
You run down the list of names of the Mookie Betts, the Xander Bogarts, the
Kyle Schwarbers, the JD Martinez, the Evaldis, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And then you add to it things like Justin Turner wanted to be here. He was the only veteran presence on the team. He signed for $13 million, which is way under the budget that we have. Still, before they'd even hit the cap.
The news is Justin Turner just signed yesterday
with Toronto.
Toronto Blue Jays for
1 year, $13 million.
Short,
and wanted to stay here.
Short money.
And wanted to stay here. Was vocal about the fact that he wanted to be here. Was born to play in Boston. Loved it here. Fans loved him. Players loved him. And the ownership said
we loved him.
And we met him. He was amazing.
And what's up with the two Sox players that I've had, or my
amazing interviews with,
are now gone. Two great dudes.
Great guys.
We forgot to mention Verdugo.
Oh yeah. Well, there's way more that we haven't even gotten to. But Justin Turner was the perfect option for the Red Sox. 1 year, like they didn't need to offer him much. 1 year, if they had offered him, $10 million for a year, he probably would have stayed because he doesn't want to move. Right. He likes it here.
He fit even with the cheap ass owners.
He wanted to be
he
here.
fits their model of type player that
Yep.
they've been looking for. A
Exactly.
short contract, short money,
Yep.
and they still
And productive.
They still
And they still wouldn't do it.
won't pony up for
Yeah.
him. Like
And
what's going on?
Literally, his agent said they would not return their phone calls. Like,
That's
not only
awful.
are they not like having these contract conversations, they're just ignoring them.
Yeah.
So, like, what does it feel like to be Kenley right now?
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Seriously, imagine being Devers right now. Like, and then the message to the fans is just hang in there, wait a few years.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. No, I'm not giving you a goddamn penny. They are retiring my favorite player this season, and I will not spend the money to be there.
Trot?
Yeah.
He's gonna retire.
He's going to the Sox Hall of Fame.
You're kidding.
You didn't hear the list? There's 5 of them.
I didn't.
Yeah. Pedroia, Trot, and I forget.
Okay.
I mean, all deserving players, but literally, I will not spend a penny to be there. I love it. That is my childhood favorite player ever. Like my first favorite Red Sox player. Like my anger when he left the team and they replaced him with JD Drew wearing his number in the same position made me so angry. I'm still angry. I went to every single game that he came back to the Red Sox for. Yeah. Every one of them.
Tell me how you really feel.
And I will not be there because I will not spend a penny unless someone wants to bring me for free, and then I'll be there.
I can't see myself spending $1.
There's literally not a penny I will spend.
Will I go if someone gives me a
free tickets? I will go, but I will not spend a penny.
You know, sure. But,
well, I will spend.
Even then, I'd have to think about it.
No. I will. There are certain games that if someone offered me for free, I would go.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the extent of it. Yeah. And I will not buy anything when I'm there. Yeah. And I will not be happy about it.
I'll be sneaking food into my pocket.
Exactly. You and I said
$1
when we went to the Fenway Bowl, and at the end of December, you and I said this is the most fun we've had at Fenway in years, and it's the most fun we'll have for a while. 100%.
It's a pretty sad.
It's awful. It is, and it's so disrespectful to the players, to the fans, to the future. I mean, you're literally saying, "Don't come here." Yeah, like that's what they're saying.
And it's so sad because the players that do play here love it here.
Of course,
they love the atmosphere.
Justin Turner wanted to stay despite the shit.
Yeah, I mean, one of the few guys that they did get right, Kenley. Yeah, who I love.
Yeah, they're trying to trade because they want to cut his salary,
and they're doing it's
and they're being shit to him.
It's a shame because he's just Hall of Famer. Yeah, he loved it here. He was a great addition to the team.
Said he loved it here. Yeah,
you know, and even last year he said, I like winning. I hope we.
He said, I hope the owners spend money. We have a good team
to add at the trade deadline.
Yeah, and then Chaim said we're underdogs.
Yeah.
So that's
so we got that off our chest. We're kind of up against the clock here. Yes, we've gone a little over.
Yes, we had a lot to say.
We did all that.
That's what happens when we miss a week.
We have a lot to say. But going forward, we're gonna have
7:30
new time, 7:30 every week.
Still Wednesdays.
Every Wednesday, 7:30. We may be doing a special show coming up.
Probably connected to the return of Marcus. We'll post it when we have some details.
And
you've got a special that you're gonna air soon.
I have a piece
coming soon. Do you want to give like just a little teaser?
Oh yeah, I mean I've been putting the Drew Bledsoe piece.
Oh, I didn't say you had to say who it was, but it's coming soon. It looks awesome so far.
She's seen a preview.
I know, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Showed my buddy Jared.
That's it.
Yeah. But we're pretty much we'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
But we'll put some more announcements on Twitter.
Yes.
Anyways, I want to thank you for another great week of the show.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my boy Jared. Mm-hmm. We'll have him on the show soon.
We got to get Drewski on.
Next week.
We got to get Drewski on when the next Dallas matchup. We got to get Drewski on. That'd be fun.
Really, really Yeah, Drewski.
Just so I can
Once
rag on
I
the
need-
how much I hate
I-
his team.
We need to start getting some guests on the show. And
I know, but I
Drewski
just
does it good. He gets
yeah.
a split screen going.
Ah.
We gotta do that.
But I'm gonna give him a hard time because I freaking hate them.
Who?
Mavericks. I can't stand them.
You can't stand Kyrie.
Or Doncic.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's
That's
like
true.
one of my least favorites.
That's true.
Cannot
That's true.
stand him.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was at my limit with Grant before he left. So the fact that he's now looped in over there, I'm done. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Grant doesn't actually bother me. No, Grant's like your annoying kid brother. No, Grant is literally your annoying kid brother that goes poke, 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 poke. Oh wait, why'd you hit me? So so no, I'm not actually ragging on Grant. Well, I am about that, but like he's fine. Kyrie and Doncic, they can go sit in a corner. But yeah,
right,
no.
So shout out to Drewski, Harry Man, everyone, watching the live stream, watching it on replay. Big shout out to everyone. We'll be back at it 7:30 next week. I know you'll be here. I know my boy Jared will be here. And all you guys will be here watching the show. So, thank you to everyone. And we cannot wait to see you next week. Same time, same place.